Hey friends, Joe the Farmer here. Before we start this video, I wanted to take a moment just to say thank you. We just hit 5,000 subscribers, which for some big channels, it may not be a big deal, but considering the fact that 2 years ago, I have never edited a video before, I just want you to know how appreciative we are of you taking that step and just investing in our family a little bit, because this is real life. Like this is our passion. It's what we like sharing. And we never thought YouTube would be more than just us putting videos up for family and friends, but you know, who knows? I don't know what the future will bring, but I do want to take this moment before this video and just say thank you for, giving us a chance, and hopefully there's many more videos to come. Enjoy the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Hey friends, Joe the Farmer here, and welcome to a beautiful day on the farm. It's hot, it's humid, but it's not like nuclear yet. So I thought today what I would do is I'd take you along with me. We're gonna refresh the mineral sites and just kind of check on that stuff, maybe put a camera up. I'm gonna show you the ultimate spray rig that I built. I didn't really build it, I mean, it's just really cool. See if we can't maybe talk about a little bit about what we're trying to do with screening in front of some of the blinds, what some of our plans are, and then we may have to kill off some of that grass where we're gonna do our Dixie grains and radish. Today will be a little bit of randomness, and if you enjoy that kind of thing, give us a thumbs up, come along with us in the future, hit that subscribe button, and let's get to work before it gets too hot. Let's do it. Well, a lot of you know that mineral is important to whitetail and really any animal, including us. I've been using a lot of buck bourbon. It's a good product we use here on the farm. We've been using it for a couple years now, and we do have a relationship with the owner, but it's just a great product. It works really, really well. And as you can see here, this is just a great spot where the deer know they can get mineral. There's water very close, and we also have a muddy blind right behind you to where, for crossbow or, muzzleloader or whatever it may be. It stays hot here in Tennessee for a while. So mineral is used a lot more than we would use any kind of carbohydrate or sugar kind of thing. So I'm gonna put a little deer cane out there. I got this stuff at Tractor Supply on sale. I think it was like $3. It doesn't hurt to kind of build that mineral base, but I still absolutely gonna use buck bourbon on top of it. People may not agree with mixing things, but when you find mineral, which is essentially salt and just a bunch of trace minerals, there's differences. Some are attractant, some are not attractant, but this has worked for me. So let's do it. Now with deer cocaine or deer cane, whatever it is, deer cocaine, you're supposed to take this stuff and mix it in a bucket with water and then dump it out. I let the rain do the water part, so whatever. The buck bourbon's much different because there's Himalayan salt in there, pink salt, a lot of different minerals in there. So this to me, just the smell and everything alone, it's just, there's a lot more thought that went into this than deer cocaine. And I actually got this on sale at Tractor Supply too at the end of the season. Gotta keep your eye out, end of season. You can pick a lot of the stuff up. Go buy yourself a Sterilite tub or some plastic tub, put the stuff in there, and when you need it, you have it, and you got a deal on it. So. All done. Let's go to the food plot. Okay, in a recent video, you saw me come out here and mow this. We're trying to keep the grasses down, and I'm trying to decide if I want to hit this with Simazine or a chemical or not. I think I'm going to hold off because it looks pretty good. We're going to have weeds in here, and that's okay. I really don't mind having weeds in a food plot. I think it makes it look a little bit more organic, A, and B, deer eat weeds. The weakest part of this food plot, if I find that this center strip or something is too weak, then what I'll do is I'll just till that and make that a different kind of blend. Maybe that'll be my brassica blend, or maybe I'll put some of the Dixie grains and radish in there. So this is looking really good. I'm not gonna mess with this. It probably needs to be mowed, but we're gonna get rain all this week. So I'm gonna let it go ahead and grow up a little bit more, and I'll probably mow it next week. All All right, let's move to the next food plot, see what that looks like. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do anything with this one either. This one probably needs to be mowed a little sooner than the other one, but looking pretty good. There's definitely more grasses coming in this one than there was the other one. But if you can kind of take a look, these cameras don't do a good job of showing this stuff, but you can see where all the clover in that Meadow Mix Plus and the plot perimeter was planted. And that's really kept a lot of the weeds at bay. And I just bush hogged all that stuff up there, but you know, Lord knows how many fawns and deer are hiding up in that thing right now. But you can see the difference of the food to the cover. And you know, there's our blind up there. So hopefully this plan works. If not, there's always a plan B. Always a plan B. All right, I feel good about this. Let's move on, and I want to show you in front of the blind what the plan is there with the spraying rig, and then we'll see if we can't get out that spraying rig and get some chemical on the ground to kill some of this off so we can get our Dixie grains and radish up. So let's do it. Okay, so this should give you an idea of what we're trying to do here. This was, again, hit with 2,4-D and glyphosate. You see how 2,4-D stays in the soil, and it just does a much longer job of keeping the weeds up. This right here looked just like that jungle, so it did a great job of killing everything off. And my plan is to keep this killed off to where I can, again, put the switchgrass here. So that will be more of a permanent solution. It'll grow much taller, and I can come over this hill right here, walk down that path, sneak behind this switchgrass, make myself a little tunnel going right into the blind. Sometimes I forget, we may have some new viewers on here that don't know what I'm talking about. Coming into this muddy blind. So come around, switchgrass, switchgrass, switchgrass all around here, all in the front of it. And then I'll cut myself a little path coming right through here with the Ventrac, walking right up those steps, and nothing would ever see me. Because as you see here, if you're going into this blind and there's something in the food plot, they know that you're going into the food plot. In talking earlier about the Dixie grains and radish, from this blind, it's a pretty easy shot right over here to the right, and then the very first buck I ever killed on this property was in the back of that food plot. So this place will always have a special spot in our heart. These things they're a lot of fun when you want to take friends or people who have never hunted before, and you know, just to kind of enjoy the outdoors and be exposed to the sport. But as you can hear by the crunching, it's dry here. This stuff is dead. This does not need to be sprayed again today. This will probably be closer to like a 4th of July-ish spraying. So if y'all enjoy this kind of vlog format, let me know. Well, this did not do as well as the last one. Lots of this tall grass, the Johnson grass, has come back up. You know, it's dead back here, which is good, but yeah, as far as planting around there, we're gonna have to mow that and then let it grow a little bit and then kill it, because that'll be way too much thatch. But there's the blind where we just were. Right over there, I have a plan to do some corn and some soybeans here long term, but this year it's just too expensive to do. So we're gonna stick with the food plot plans we have, and that's what we're gonna do. So, all right. Today's video is going to have a lot of pit stops along the way. I had a Tacticam Reveal that died on me, so I had to do some warranty work on it and put up one of these tree line static cameras. So I still get the pictures, I just don't get them sent to my phone. So the Tacticam is fixed, so I'm going to put that back up here. We plan to put some ladder stands up. My intention is to put a ladder stand in this tree right up here, this big old black walnut, because I think that spot in this transition zone would just be killer. So if y'all want to see a video on that, let me know. Stuff's falling on the Coleman. All right, this is kind of similar to the other spot. Looks like a lot of this Johnson grass and stuff is starting to come up. But you can see where it was killed off with the spray. So I'm going to come back through here, spray all of this, and then, you know, as I'm putting some images in here, you can kind of get an idea of what this blind looks like from on top of the hill and as you're coming up to it. So having 6 feet tall of, you know, some kind of switchgrass, you know, that seems to be the hot thing everybody uses. So put some switchgrass out here. It should, you know, be a year-to-year thing. I don't have to redo it. And then I don't know if y'all caught the video of us taking the vent track to really give us some better access to where we're going to access this blind through here. So if I have a huge wall of switchgrass in front of here, I mean, it's gonna be a pretty stealth place to be. Lots of deer activity here. Don't know why, just a middle of a hayfield, but it's probably just because we have this, you know, saddle here, and they just love to walk back and forth in this saddle. I mean, if you see some of the videos from last year, I mean, I could have hit a pretty good sized buck with about a 25-ish yard shot with my bows. But then again, if you follow the channel, you know I'm probably not the best the best with a bow, so maybe it would have just been another miss. All right, let's get back to the barn, and I'm going to show you the ultimate spray rig build so that we can get that thing out here and get some spraying done. And I'm not going to waste all your time today, so just want to give you a great idea of what we're doing and give you a layout of the property, because if you do follow and you're going to be with us this fall, you know, it's just kind of fun being part of the chores on the front end, and then hopefully having some success in the fall. So anyway, let's get up there. I want to show this thing to you. Well, I hope it's not a letdown for you, but listen, this old thing has been with me for a long time. So this right here is a 2003 Kawasaki Prairie 650. It's 650 cc. It's actually the same engine as our Kawasaki Mule that we have, and Guido had his, he actually used the sprayer, and it was on the back of his Coyote Mecron. It fell off like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, I'm done. I gotta have a dedicated thing, so I'm not setting this thing up, wiring everything in. And we really don't use this as much anymore. You know, with the kids, and, you know, Holly may be riding with me, or I may have some friends with me. You know, the side-by-sides really seem to make the most sense. But, you know, this old machine has got tons of power, and it's pretty low hours. I mean, it's not a ton of hours on it. These Kawasaki machines, they should last a very long time. This is a boomless sprayer. It's the workhorse, got it from Tractor Supply, and it does have a little wand thing. So if you want to go Ghostbusters with it, you can. But it has been really helpful in not getting snagged on anything, and these things just shoot out and gives you pretty good coverage. So this is going to be what I'm going to use, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get film of that, or if I'm going to get film of that, because the downside of an ATV versus a side-by-side is a side-by-side, multiple seats, you have a bed, you have a roof. This is like, you know, it's tough. So that's the ultimate spray rig. I wish it was something really cooler, but, you know, this thing, I call it the dinosaur because it's old, it's green, and it smells. It's an old carbureted machine that, you know, we're repurposing, and it'll do the job for spraying, and then it's actually really great for if I want to go hunt somewhere else, because I can just put it in the bed of the truck and not have to take a trailer or anything like that. Anyway, I'm gonna fill up the tank and then see if we can't get to spraying. Okay, so that worked great. It's just a very simple kind of setup, and a little bit of a plumbing leak here on the ultimate spraying machine, but we may have to come up with a better name for this thing, because ultimate is not really, it's not really cutting it for ultimate, but it's working, and that's what counts. So I'm gonna spray some more. Gotta spray around these blinds, gonna spray around that hawk blind that I showed you down the hill, but I think I've probably taken enough of your time today. So I do appreciate you watching. If you want to come along with us this fall and, you know, throughout the rest of the summer to see some of the things we're doing, you know, we'd love to have you, and I hope to see you back here on the channel. I'm Joe the Farmer. We out.